Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BlueSync on June 20th, the first day of summer. So happy summer to everyone. I know Florida's looking at me like, hey, it's been hot for 2 months, but we're very excited that it's summertime here in Northern Michigan. So thanks for joining us today on BlueSync. We are going to be talking about email etiquette today. We covered video meeting etiquette a few weeks ago. So we just kind of want to hit some highlights here today on email etiquette. I can see Sharon. Sharon, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
All right, so let's jump in. So the first tip is just to write a clear subject line. We all get too much email, right? Show your hands. We all get a ton of email. The best thing you can do is have a clear, concise subject. That will allow the people that you're sending the email to know exactly what the email is about. It'll give them direction. They'll know exactly what the email is about. It'll help them to open the email and actually read it. So you want a clear subject line. Again, it's the deciding factor on whether the recipient opens your email. So again, clear, concise, not too long. You don't want to run off, especially if they're checking on their mobile. We all know how sometimes the subject lines go off the screen. So clear and concise to help people read your email. And again, I love Harry Potter. So of course, even Dumbledore knows that we have to place our hope in our subject title so that we have our emails opened. The second one is use a professional greeting. A friendly greeting shows respect and professionalism for the recipient and can vary depending on the situation. You don't have to be overly formal, but always have a greeting. And I like to say, always have a sign off. Make sure your emails are actually professional with that greeting and with that sign off. Hello, ASCs, dear manager, hi, Agent John Doe, whatever it might be, have that professional greeting. It will show respect to your recipient and then also have a sign off. Thank you. Have a great day. Happy Tuesday, whatever, or wait, today's Thursday. Happy Thursday, whatever it might be, but have that greeting and have that sign off. It just gives an air of professionalism to all of your email and shows respect for your recipient. What's up, home slice? Maybe, I don't know. If you're really close with your agents and you have that going on, just make sure that you have a greeting and a sign off. Reply all. It's huge, right? Always click reply all. The person that sent you an email CC'd the other people for a reason. We lack a lot of communication if we don't click reply all because the people that are CC'd don't know if their response ever happened, right? That happens a lot to me. I'll be CC'd on an email. I'll respond back, hey, what do you still need help? And they're like, oh no, so-and-so responded. Well, they didn't respond all. So I was unaware of it. And we all know what happens to you guys too. So if there are CCs on an email, click reply all. It just keeps everybody on the thread up to date. It can prevent additional emails being sent later for those that were CC'd that were unaware that a response happened. So it's just a really good way to make sure we keep all of the communication going to everyone that needs it. You all get an email, right? Sometimes it seems a little bit redundant, but if the original email has that CC on there, clicking reply all will clear up confusion and communication missteps in the future. Always have a professional tone, right? We're all professionals here. We all get a ton of emails. So sometimes we want to fly through and do quick responses. But again, keep that professional tone in all your emails. Email's nonverbal, right? We all know what happens sometimes in nonverbal communication. It can be difficult to convey tone. And so it's really important to maintain professionalism because you may have a sarcastic joke. I myself am guilty of this, but when somebody else is reading it on the other end without that context, it can be misconstrued. So just keep your emails super professional. The more professional, sometimes when you're angry, it's just best to be professional because then you're not conveying some of those things through your written word when there is no context because it is nonverbal. Big one here, use an email signature every time. Doesn't matter who you're emailing, use an email signature, particularly if you're in an office email or a shared email account. It's super important to sign your name. So if you're in a, Traverse City at cbgreatlakes.com, a joint email account, always sign your name. It's super important to know who sent that email for the person on the receiving end. You always want to make sure that has your contact information in it as well, because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten an email, I've wanted to pick up the phone for clarity, and there's no phone number. So make sure that you always have your name, particularly if it's a shared inbox, and make sure that you are having your contact information, including your location, super important, on every email signature. And once we're done with the presentation, I'll go ahead and jump into Schmidt Resources and show you where you can have those templates so that you can create one for yourself. And again, if people are reading the whole email, they'll get down to your signature. They'll know the email is over. It's a great way after that sign off to end that email. Use an out of office reply. I like to say a good rule of thumb, if you're going to be out of the office for half a day, put an out of office on, because people are going to be expecting a response, particularly if you're really good at responding to email. So say that you have a doctor's appointment, so you're leaving at lunch and you won't be back to the next day. Perfect example to put an out of office. If you're taking an extended lunch because you have to run a couple additional errands and you'll be out for 2 hours, probably not necessary. But again, if you can think about the half day rule of thumb, it's really important to have that out of office on for people. And some tips when you're doing these is you want to state clearly when you're out and when you're going to be back in the office. Nothing is worse than having an out of office response that was from 2 weeks ago. So clearly state when you're out, when you're going to be back in, and make sure you get those turned off when you are back in. You want to set expectations on response time as well. Are you out of the country? Are you on safari in Africa? You're not responding for 2 weeks. Or you stepped out of the office for the afternoon. It's a beautiful day. You're going to take your kids to the beach. You'll be back tomorrow. Response times will be slightly delayed, but I'll get back to you, as soon as I can. So set the expectations for what your response time will be, because it'll be important for who is sending you an email to know if they do need to go find additional help, if it's an immediate answer that they need, or if they can wait the 2 hours that you're going to be at the ballpark, whatever it might be. Always list out the other support too. You're out, here's my manager's number, here's my RSC's email and number. Make sure you know who can support. When I'm out of office, I reference Paul and the help desk. I reference Coldwell Banker's help desk, Moxie's support page. Give those resources to the people who are trying to contact you, so they have other ways of going and finding the assistance that they need. And then be secure in your settings. So there is an option in Gmail in the settings for your out of office to only send to your contacts and only send to those sending you emails from the Schmidt family of companies. And why is this important? Hackers love to know when you're out of the office, right? It's the same concept if you post on Facebook that you're going on vacation for 2 weeks and your house is going to be empty. Big notification for those that want to do bad things. So if in your settings, and again, I'll show you in a minute when I pop out of the presentation, you're going to want to check those two boxes so that your out of office is only going to the people that are in your contact list or anybody that is in the Schmidt family company's Google account. So think anybody with the CB Great Lakes, CB Schmidt Ohio, CB Paradise, the Premier Properties, CB Sunstar, so on and so forth, Schmidt HQ. All of those will get that out of office responder. Any hackers trying to email you will not get the out of office. So they'll be unaware that you are not at your regularly scheduled program at your desk. And again, I'll show you those in a minute. I do have a comment here, so give me a second to read through this. Great question, Brenda. So Brenda was, if you're going to be out tomorrow, for example, like say you're taking Friday off for a long weekend, congratulations if you are, should you put the notice out early, like today, or put it on at the end of the day for tomorrow? Highly recommend putting it on at the end of the day for tomorrow. And I'll show you in Google how you can actually set that up. So I could set it up right now, but notate in the system that I want it to go into effect tomorrow morning. That's what I would suggest. Now, if you're not checking your emails after 5, absolutely put it on, right before you leave the office at the end of the day, if you're going to be out the next day. Great question. And again, I'll show you this in a minute. Now let's talk safety, right? Always got to talk about safety when it comes to anything online. I'm super jealous because Brenda just told me she's out of office to see Justin Timberlake in Chicago. So enjoy that concert, Brenda, and safe travels to you. So let's talk safety when it comes to online. Always important. I can't even tell you, in the last week, we've had an errant check from the company tried to be written. We had 2 agents compromised and we had wiring funds sent to the wrong person. So these things are happening. They're happening right now. They're happening to our company. We're doing everything we can to keep everybody safe, but we need everybody's help in that endeavor. So always use 2-factor authentication, text message, backup code, whatever it might be. You should have 2FA on your accounts. This gets difficult with those shared accounts, as we all know. If you are working with a shared account, and you don't have 2FA because of that, please reach out. There's workarounds. We have a shared account right now out of Ohio. There's 3 of us checking it. It works. So we do want to make sure we get that 2-factor on our systems. Tale as old as time, right? No news to anybody. Use strong passwords. Make them hard to guess. Make them alpha and numeric. Give them special characters. Make sure you remember them by using a password keeper, but make our passwords strong. Don't share passwords. Don't have the same password for 15 different online accounts. You're just asking for trouble. So use strong passwords and don't share them across platforms. Don't click the link. I know you want to. We all want to. Don't click the link. If you don't know where the email came from, if you cannot verify it's a secure delivery of information that it was intended for you, don't click the link. If you have any questions about something and you're like, gosh, really think this might be important, but I'm nervous about clicking the link. I can't quite verify who it's from. Err on the side of caution. Don't click the link. Reach out to Paul, myself, Kelly, your RSC, whoever it might be, but think before you click, please. Don't send out sensitive information. If you have a copy of a check with a bank account number on it, don't email as a PDF through your email accounts. Put it into Dotloop, put it into app files, put it into a Google Drive. Make sure that it's a secure way that you're delivering any of that sensitive information. Credit card numbers, bank accounts, no social security numbers, please. Make sure that we're sending any sensitive information very securely. If you have a process in your office and you're like, man, that kind of seems like it's not secure, reach out. We can talk through that. We can talk about options. We have a lot of different options in the company, but don't send sensitive information via email, even in a PDF attachment, unless it's password protected, because those things are hackable, for lack of a better term. All right, well, that's our presentation. So I did say I was going to show you a few things. So I'm going to show you those few things right now. So first, we're going to jump over to schmidtresources.com. We're going to go to our much beloved Get Schmidt Done Square for our ASCs, password protected. Again, that is Get Schmidt Done, capital G, capital S, capital D. Can't talk and type. If you forget, it's the name of the square, super simple to get in. It's only password protected because we had some agents, and it's great that they want to utilize some of our stuff, but they're inadvertently ordering things that were meant for the office. So that's why we've password protected it. Plus there's some HR stuff in here that really the agents don't need. So we put a password on there. Again, if you're having any trouble accessing it, just reach out and let me know. So email signature templates, they are in here. They are right here. ASC email signature templates. When you click on this, it's going to open into a Google slide. And the very first thing here in bright red letters, which we don't all love red, but it makes it very clear that you need to pay attention. You need to do file and make a copy, either the selected slides of just your DBA or the entire presentation. You will not be able to edit the template. We didn't have it on lockdown before. We had some people accidentally change things around. So we've put it on lockdown. So in order for you to get your own template created for yourself, you do need to make a copy. So this right here will tell you. And then every single one of our DBAs, we got Schmidt Realtor, Schmidt Realty, Woodland Schmidt, a lot of Schmidt, right? Make sure you have the right Schmidt. AJS Schmidt, Paradise, Premier, so on and so forth. Once you've made the copy, you'll be able to update your first and last name, put in that all-important phone number that we talked about, update your email address, and then your office location here as well. If you want something outside of this, we had the request previously for a global luxury ASC. She wanted a global luxury branded one. Just reach out. The marketing group can create the template, or we can manipulate some of these on our end to make that what you guys want. If you're a commercial ASC and you want a commercial signature, reach out. But these are for anybody doing standard residential. These templates are all here ready to go for you. Again, super important to use that email signature. Now you have your email signature. What are you going to do with it? So we're going to go over to Gmail. And no, this is not my inbox. It's not this clean. Someday maybe it would be, but not now. So this is a test account. So we're going to go to that all important cog right here in the upper right corner, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to jump right into see all settings. From here, we're going to talk about two things. The first one being the email signature. And we're going to stay in general, and we're going to go all the way down. Keep scrolling. And you're going to see right here is our signature. This is where you're going to be able to take the JPEG of the signature that you've created, and you're going to be able to add it in here. You can also type in an email signature as well if you don't have the image, but we highly recommend using the image because that just streamlines everybody. It makes all of our inboxes look the same, super simple and streamlined. You do that by clicking this image right here to embed your image. That's how you would insert your image. If you have more than one signature, because you're in a shared email box, maybe, so, two people have signatures, you click create new, name it how you want it, click create, throw in that extra signature there as well. Then you can toggle back and forth between the two signatures when you go to send emails. Right here is your signature default. So whatever signature you want to default on every one of your new emails, you can do that here. If you will be toggling back and forth, you can click no signature, and then you can always insert it for yourself. And then also on reply. Now, I do suggest an email signature on reply. If you don't want the big block email, you can always make a shorter version of that. But again, super important to have your cell phone, or I'm sorry, your desk phone right there. So your response, you send an email, somebody responds, you want to respond back. You can have a truncated email signature for that. But again, super important, your name, your contact information, even in the response would be fantastic. So again, that's in general right here, and that's our signature. Now we're going to talk about out of office. So if you continue to scroll down, it's right here at the very bottom. Keep in mind there's a save changes down here at the bottom. So if you're doing any of these things, you will want to click save changes at the end. This is where you can go ahead and set it. So I will be traveling next week. I'm out of the office Thursday, Friday. So I want to put that. You can add your start time. You can add your end time. Like I said, super important to set expectations of when you're leaving and when you're coming back. And then you can put the subject, again, clear and concise, out of the office. I will be out for personal reasons, so I'm not going to say I'm traveling in the region. So I'm just going to say out of office, and then you can update this. I'm out of the office. I will be checking emails periodically, or I won't be checking emails until I return on Monday. So clear expectations on response, and then that additional help line. Now, again, this is not my out of office. This is a test account. Mine's a little bit more in depth, but you get the picture. And then I said to set your out of office securely. These are those two settings that I mentioned. You want to make sure that you check only send response to people in your contacts because they're trusted sources. They're in your contacts. And only send a response to people in Schmidt family of companies. Super important to use Schmidt family of companies emails. Again, CB Great Lakes, Schmidt HQ, CB Sunstar, lots of options. Anybody in the Schmidt Google workspace will get your out of office along with those people in your contacts. Who won't get your out of office are those bad characters, those spammers, those hackers, those people trying to figure out when you're gone so they can get to work on your cracking your inbox open. They will not get your out of office. So super important to set both of those up. And again, you want to click save changes when you're done. So again, we are in our cog. Oh, let me go back. We were in our cog, we went to CL settings, and we never even came off the general tab. We stayed right there in the general tab. We scrolled all the way down. We added our signature information, and then at the very bottom is your out of office. Again, anytime you're out of the office for half a day, 4-ish hours or more, make sure we're getting that out of office on. Set clear expectations on when you're leaving, when you're coming back, clear expectations on the response time, and then make sure that you're setting it up securely. That is the information I had for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and pause and wait for any questions that you guys might have. Wonderful. Well, as always, if you're getting in there and you're struggling anything, email templates, out of office, anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate your time today. Enjoy the first day of summer. I hope there's ice cream in your future. Thanks.